Good morning, students. In our second chapter, plants structure and function, we have learnt about the parts of plant, that is stem, leaf and roots. Now today we are going to start the next part of the plant, that is flower. We have seen many colors of flowers. They have different structures also. Students, do you know that in the flower also so many parts are there? Now today we are going to learn about that. Flowers may have a long or a short stalk called pedicel. In some plants, flowers have a long, or in some plants it has a short stalk which is called as pedicel. One end of the pedicel is attached to the stem and the other end of the pedicel is expanded and swollen. It is called the receptacle. Students, if you want to observe, you can take the hibiscus flower. In that hibiscus flower, you can observe all the parts easily. Now, this pedicel, one end of the pedicel is attached to the stem and the other end is expanded and swollen. That is called as the receptacle. That part is called as the receptacle. Petals and other parts of the flowers are supported on the receptacle. The petals and other parts of the flower is supported by this receptacle. Calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium are different parts of flower. Now one by one we are going to learn about it. Calyx. In the bud condition, the petals are covered by leaf-like parts called sepals, which are green in color. They form the calyx. In the bud condition, the petals are covered by leaf-like parts. It is called as the sepals, which are green in color. They form the calyx. Second one, corolla. This is made up of colorful parts called petals. The colorful part which is made by petals is called as corolla. Observe the shape, color and smell of the corolla of various flowers like the rose, hibiscus, mogra, kanher, tiger, etc. Next part is androecium. This is the male reproductive part of the flower. It consists of stamens. Each stamen is made up of anther and filament. Just see the slide properly. This is the male reproductive part, that is androecium. It consists of stamens and each stamen is made up of anther and filament. Next part is gynoecium. This is the female reproductive part of the flower. This is made up of carpels. A carpel consists of stigma, style and ovary. Gynoecium is the female reproductive part. Androecium is the male reproductive part. Just keep in mind, androecium is the male reproductive part of the flower which consists stamens, and stamens is made up of anther and filament. In case of gynoecium, it is the female reproductive part of the flower. This is made up of carpels. A carpel consists of stigma, style and ovary. After maturity, anthers burst and the pollen grains which are released fall on the stigma. After the maturity of the flower, anthers burst and the pollen grains which are released fall on the stigma. This process is called pollination. This process is called as the pollination. Due to pollination, ovules, which are called as egg cells in the ovary, get fertilized, and fertilized ovules form the seeds and the ovary develops into a fruit. Again, I am repeating, after maturity, anthers burst and the pollen grains which are present in the anthers are released and fall on the stigma. This process is called as the pollination. Due to this pollination, ovules, which are called as egg cells in the ovary, get fertilized, and these fertilized ovules afterwards converted into the seeds and the ovary develops into a fruit. Now our next topic is that the fruit. Students, we eat many different types of fruits. Each type of fruit has its own characteristics. There are variations in their shape, color, taste, etc. Mango contains only one seed, whereas a jackfruit consists of many small fruitlets, each with its own seed. You can observe the fruits of pear, mango, chiku, apple, etc. What do you observe? Each fruit has a different skin or shell, fleshy part and seed. In case of fruits like cashew, its seed is outside the fruit. Students, if we will see the fruits, all the fruits, different fruits if we will see. For example, mango, apple, jackfruit, cashew nut, all these fruits if we will observe, we can observe their skin, their shell, their seeds, all are different one, isn't it? Soak the seeds of pea, wheat, rice, jawar, groundnut in water for 3 to 4 hours. Press the seeds with your fingers and observe them. What we have seen? We have seen that the seeds which get divided into two equal parts are called as dicotyledonous seed. Then the seed of pea, then groundnut. If we press that seeds, it is converted into two parts, two equal parts. That is why they are called as a dicotyledonous seeds. And the seeds which do not divide into two equal parts are called as monocotyledonous seeds. For example, wheat, rice, jawar, these are the monocotyledonous seed. In case of dicotyledonous seed, example we can give the pulses. All type of pulses are come in dicotyledonous seeds. Students, I hope you understood the lesson properly. Now you need to complete your homework in your notebook. Also complete the exercise of second lesson in the notebook properly. Here your second lesson is finished.